Hail Biafra! This is Biafra Liberation Army Network coming to you again. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment. Let us now join Prime Minister of Biafra now to get the update and the state of the nation broadcast. Yes, something happened yesterday, and that shows that we are moving. Please share as we get the news. Let others know that yes, we are not relenting. No retreat, no surrender of any kind. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, fellow Biafrans all over the world. I welcome you to this evening State of the Nation address, emergency one as that. My fellow Biafrans, compatriots living abroad, I want to start by paying tribute to our fallen heroes, heroines, and forebears, and patriots who have sacrificed and dedicated their lives and themselves for our freedom and upcoming independence of Biafra. I also wish to express my deep gratitude to their families and loved ones. Our Biafra liberation movement is to build a nation that is going to be free and democratic. We are fighting to build a nation where the people are its rightful owners, and a nation where freedom, human rights, and the rule of law reign supreme. The liberation of Biafra is not just to reclaim our sovereignty or a territorial or our natural resources, but it is never also to attempt to establish a communist or totalitarian state where freedom and human rights are ignored, like the present Islamic Nigeria. I do not know what system of government they practice there in Nigeria. But as far as I know, it is not something that anybody in the world should be proud of. And for any country that is having any diplomatic relationship today with Nigeria or supporting Nigeria or aiding Nigeria in any way is aiding their own future doom. They are also aiding and supporting terrorism. And such nation or such country will be doing so at their own advantage at the present time, but not to the long run. So, from the perspective of the whole mankind, the liberation of Biafra movement is universal and a just cause that must be done for us to have a better and sane society. Even after regaining the independence of Biafra and making sure we regain our sovereignty and liberating our people from Nigeria, our independence and liberation movement will still go on, because we will fight to defend our nation's freedom against Islamic State aggression. With the value of democracy in place in Biafra, we will achieve economic development, industrialization, and democratization. This will put Biafra in the map of a well-developed or developing countries in a matter of years. The Islamization agenda is not just against Biafra people alone. Today, the Biafra liberation movement is gaining more momentum, gaining more popularity, and we are building on rock, which our children and unborn generation will inherit and they will also hear it in spirit of our independence and this liberation movement. And I call it the Sisu movement of Biafra. Biafra government in exile and the Biafra de facto government with the structure in place, we now envision a global, pivotal Biafra confederate state that will fulfill its role and responsibility in the international community for the freedom, peace, and prosperity of all global citizens. This is very far from what Nigeria represents. In Biafra, we will properly remember those who gave their lives for the liberation of Biafra. We are going to also bring independence to our country that will uphold the universal values. This is very far from what Nigeria represents. We are remembering and honoring them in a right way. And doing this is very vital and essential for our national identity and continuity. Many Nigerian terrorist army who have died in Biafra land, their families are not even aware of it. Nigeria is not a place, it's not a country, it is not an entity that you can die for. And if you are today wearing military uniform, wearing police uniform, and you have been sent to Biafra land to kill us, you will die there. It's a promise. This is not 2015. This is not 2016. Neither this is 2017, nor 2018. If you attempt to come to Biafra to commit the genocide that I have committed unchecked for many years, you will die there. My fellow Biafrans, today will be in the history as a day the terrorist chief of defense staff, IGP, and all Nigeria terrorist service chiefs appeared at their green Islamic chamber called the National Assembly, the House of Representatives, to cry how Biafra have defeated them. They accused my humble self, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, of sabotaging security in the East. I do not know what kind of sabotage they are talking about, but I want to inform the world today that Biafra Liberation Army killed those who came to Biafra land to kill our women and children. They killed them, and they will continue to do that till the last day we will stay in Nigeria. The sabotage the Prime Minister of Biafra have done against the Nigeria terrorist state is that I rose up to defend the defenseless. I rose up to speak and give voice to the voiceless. I rose up to say enough is enough. You have killed enough and somebody have to do something. That is the sabotage they are talking about. The sabotage that the terrorist Nigeria army we are talking about today is that Simon Ekpa rose up to stop the Islamization of Biafrans, to stop the expansion of the Islamic State in the eastern region of Nigeria. That is the sabotage they are talking about. And if that is what they know to be sabotage, I will be sabotaging them 100 times a week, 200 times a day, 300 times a week, as long as we continue to remain and fight for our freedom from Nigeria. This particular sabotage is globally acceptable. Biafra people, it will continue to be that the Biafra Liberation Army will fight to defend the defenseless children, innocent children and women. that are dying every day in the hand of the Nigeria terrorist army. And this particular self-defense will continue to be activated in the entire Biafra territory. The wise decision we have made in the Biafra government in exile is to build unbreakable security structure. And now the process of building a liberal democracy in the de facto government is a de facto government, as well as alliances and the hard work of our people, have enabled the Biafra government in exile to achieve a phenomenal success we see today. As you see them crying today at National Assembly, when we tell you a lot is going on, you can understand what it means. Biafrans all over the world, this evening, I am very privileged to address you. Our target as a nation is to escape from the horrendous poverty and deprivation inflicted on us by the Nigeria state and Britain. Today, they have increased the poverty by demolition or the demolition of the Biafra properties in Lagos. This demolition is not stopping anytime soon. In case, for those of you who are staying in different parts of Lagos thinking it is not coming to you, the target is to crush the economy of the Biafra people. We have been there before. We will overcome again. For you to overcome as a Biafran in Lagos, you must listen and obey the directive coming from the Biafra Republic government in exile. And that directive says, relocate your businesses back to Biafra land, where your security will be guaranteed, irrespective of whatever we are doing to make sure we evict Nigeria and delegitimize Nigeria within Biafra land. It is not about you. The reason we are fighting today is to make Biafra land a safer place for you and your children. Like I said, this demolition going on in Lagos is not going to stop anytime soon. So we continue to call on Biafrans in Lagos to start to relocate back to Biafra land, where your security of life and properties will be guaranteed. The stark difference between the Biafra Republic government in exile of today that opted for armed struggle. I said the difference between the Biafra Republic government in exile today that opted for armed struggle in self-defense and pursue the liberation of the Biafra people from Nigeria and other Nigeria political pressure group called IPOB Nigeria that choose to support Nigeria during election, and they even have a candidate in each election. This IPOB Nigeria support a candidate in every election. After their candidate has lost monumentally, they will come back to start shouting Biafra. The difference could not be any clearer than what happened in the entire 2023 electoral process. Nonetheless, still rampant are the ignorant anti-Biafra that blindly follows this IPOB Nigeria, who are now copying our system they know nothing about. When you are not educated, when you are not learned, when you did not study for your exam, you go to the exam hall to start copying somebody. When the person knows exactly what he or she is writing, you are copying. You do not know the source, you do not know how he arrived at whatever he or she is writing, and you copy. You are copying to failure. Why we are doing what we are doing today, they know nothing about it. Yet, they copy whatever we do. They distort fact and public opinion for the interest of Nigeria. Not for the interest of Biafra, but for the interest of Nigeria. They distort fact and public opinions. And then also, they disrupt our society through their manipulative propaganda. I want Biafra people to understand that the level the Biafra liberation is now has never attained this level in the history of Biafra since after the war. In a divided nation, the confrontation between the liberal democracy, which is what we, the Biafra Republic government in exile, and the Biafra de facto government are bringing to the Biafra people, and the idiot, like the IPOB Nigeria, the illiterate. What the difference is the reality you see today. And the activities of those anti-Biafra group are likely to persist for a while, but will disappear soonest before our self-referendum. Do not give a supporting hand to anything that will delay and disrupt the template we are using for the restoration and independent state of Biafra. By giving a voice or giving your channel or your platform for idiotic people who knows nothing about freedom fighting. As the Nigerian government uses them to attack our associates, also to use them to attack our societies, alliances, they take full advantage of the corrupt entity to enrich themselves. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the DSS dungeon, that is the way they survive. You must not aid, abet the atrocities that they are committing in Biafra land. The IPOB Nigeria have always disguised themselves as Biafra activists, human rights advocates, or a progressive activist, while engaging in a very despicable and unethical tactics and false propaganda. Their target is to drive the interest of the Nigeria representative in Biafra territory. We must never succumb to the forces of the terrorist Nigeria state, tyrannic and economics, the totalitarianism. We must not also be deceived by those who follow and serve them. The tyrannic communist of the Nigeria state must not be supported in any way. At this particular critical juncture, having faith is of utmost importance. Fellow friends, I call you today to increase your faith in the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government. We must stand united in the spirit of solidarity with an enduring conviction that freedom and democracy will always prevail. Since I took office as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, my administration has vigorously sought cooperation on security and cutting-edge technology with countries, groups, organizations that share universal value of freedom, human rights, and the rule of law. Share the same value with us. On Biafra Ambazonia Helsinki Declaration, as partners that cooperate on security and the economy of the both nations, Biafra and Ambazonia will be able to jointly contribute to peace and prosperity across the globe, while collaborating and exchanging in a future-oriented manner. Notably, the significance of Biafra Ambazonia Helsinki Declaration, the bilateral or security cooperation, is increasingly growing on the Bakassi Peninsula and in the entire region. As you can see today, the presence of the Biafra forces, especially the naval wing of the Biafra, is increasing, like I've assured Biafrans a few weeks ago, that we are going to increase the presence of the Biafra forces in Bakassi Peninsula. in order to fundamentally lock Nigeria and Cameroon, lock the genocide that these two evil countries are committing against both countries. The Confederate State of Biafra and Amazonia must closely cooperate on reconnaissances, asset, and share both Cameroon and Nigeria Terrorist Army and other forces data in real time. In real time, to be able to tackle and deal with them whenever necessary. With the renewed Cameroon invasion of Bakassi Peninsula, which has triggered an automatic and immediate intervention and retaliation by the Biafra forces, as we have seen and read in the news a few days now. The Biafra naval is sufficiently equipped with necessary land and sea capabilities to engage the terrorists coming from the Cameroon. My fellow Biafrans, since my inauguration, the government of the Biafra Republic, government in exile, has been working tirelessly to protect our territory, defend our women and our children, and also to evict the Nigeria Terrorist Army from Biafra land. That particular move and operation is yielding a very tremendous result, as you can see today. You know, they have been hiding it. They hide it from the media. They never reported what is going on, the war between Biafra and Nigeria. This will continue until the declaration of Biafra. The journey of the Confederate State of Biafra has just begun. It is a quest for freedom that will bring us not only freedom, but also peace and prosperity. We should now embrace our historic mandate, contributing with responsibility to the freedom, peace, and prosperity of the citizens around the world when Biafra has been achieved. To fulfill this and fulfill this calling, the journey we have embarked on long ago in search of freedom must. We are no longer alone in our journey. My fellow Biafrans, our friends and partners from all over the world stand with us and support us. As a Biafra citizen, I am proud of you all, very, very proud of all of you, those who have contributed financially, those who have brought ideas, those who have invested their time, those who have done a lot, including putting their life online. I am very proud of all of you, and I am proud of us, because we, Biafrans, came all the way together, both in times of hardship and in time of glory. We are pushing forward together in search of our freedom that will bring peace and tranquility to our people. We will push until the end. Today, I want to present to you just a few minutes video of what transpired with the terrorist state as the terrorist security chiefs as they visited their green chamber. The Nigeria Television Authority deliberately did not allow the video while they were making this report. So you see the fear and the defeat in their faces. They cut the video. They didn't allow you who call yourself Nigerians to listen to their idiotic and moronic chief of security staff or whatever they call themselves, garnishing, talking rubbish in the name of calling for Finland. Did they tell them that Finland support terrorists? Did they tell them that Finland support crimes? What I'm doing is something I am protected under international law. And I will continue to fight because I know that what I'm doing is right. To make sure that my people are not butchered. To make sure that our women and children are not killed like before. And this will continue until I will pronounce the redeclaration of the Biafra independence. And it is going to happen in all of them in their lifetime. For those who have gone to the Biafra land and they will survive, they will be alive to hear the redeclaration of Biafra. Now watch. They deliberately hold the video. They couldn't allow you to watch how this idiot, how this terrorist in uniform, how this rehabilitated terrorist, and those who are swear oath of allegiance to the Boko Haram and ISWAP, how they were crying inside National Assembly. And they are not ashamed to be calling Simon Ekpa. These are the people who you put your security and life in their hand. Criminals. They are the security chief in the 102.
The Speaker, House of Representatives, Deputy Speaker,
as a failed people,
leadership of the House, members of the House of Representatives, I stand before you this morning with the greatest respect and honor to this hallowed chamber. My name is General Christopher Gwabin Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff, Armed Forces of Nigeria. By the virtue of my appointment, I coordinate the activities of the armed forces together with all security agencies. Let me start by firstly appreciating God Almighty for the opportunity to be here this morning, for also appreciating the House for giving us the opportunity to be here. I wish to also state that we, on behalf of the security forces, regret the incidents of last week that we're not able to be here in person. It was not on purpose, it was not personal. Basically, because of the challenges we're having, most of us were not available, and that's why we felt it was, since the date had been fixed, the chiefs of operations to attend. But we have taken correction, and we assure you of our dedication, commitment to service, and to the greatest respect to this hallowed chamber. That we know the relevance and the importance of the House of Reps. Your success is our success, and we will not ever take that for granted. I want to thank you very much for this opportunity, sir.
That is the end of what NTA posted to their fellow Nigerians to watch. Does it make any sense? They came to report, they came to brief the National Assembly, and all they could do is the apology coming from the illiterate terrorist. Now, fellow Biafrans, I want to assure you that the Biafra Republic government in exile is in charge of Biafra territory. Our people love us, will enjoy their loyalty, because Biafra Republic government in exile is the only legitimate government they know. What these people do to our land and to our women and children is to come to kill them. People that committed no crime, people that doesn't even know anything about the agitation. They come, they kill them with AK-47 in order to instill fear and terror on our people. Of course, they doesn't go back each time they do this. Most of our times, we get them down. The promise that we are making to Biafra people today is that any place going forward where any kid, any children, or most of our children are killed, the state will be visited with heavy consequences. Be it in Imo State, be it in Anambra, be it in Ebonyi, be it in Odo Enugu, be it in Cross River, be it in River State, any place where any Biafran is killed by the bullet of the Nigerian terrorist army, Biafrans, the Biafra Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, we will mobilize all fighting group, all forces of Biafra to that state. And the state will be visited with heavy consequences. That is starting from Anambra, where our children, our mother, our young men were killed in Ihiala and Uli, respectively. And it starts from the lockdown, from the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th of December, 2023. Anambra State will be visited with the wrath of Biafra, especially the targeting those who committed this heinous crime against our people. We are going to make sure we bring them down between the 4th and 6th of December. May God bless you, and may God bless Biafra.
Thank you, our able Prime Minister. We thank God for you. We thank God for giving us your like and the like of Nnamdi Kanu, who are die-hard freedom fighters, who would prefer to give everything they have for the freedom of their people. It is a rare thing to say, and Igbos are always blessed with such people. And I know this time we will have this freedom. Nothing will come short of it, God willing. Thank you, Biafrans. I'll keep updating you on this very channel. Please tell others about us. We are doing wonders and will continue to do wonders. God bless you all.